the challenge that you face at Parkhead on Saturday?
Obviously they're very strong this year. I don't think the gap is as big as what people are saying. I think Rangers are quite strong. You've got Aberdeen, Hearts. There is a gap, but I don't think it's as big as what's going around Scottish football. You've probably got that extra bit of firepower than the rest. They're a real goal threat. You know, mistakes you make against them, they're going to punish you. So you got to keep possession. You got to press them high. You stand off them. Celtic will cause you problems. So yeah, it's obviously it's a challenge going to Parkhead, but it's one you embrace and it's one you look forward to.
Your draw with them came straight after their thrashing by Barcelona, but this time you're playing them after the draw in Germany. Is that a good or a bad thing for you, do you think?
Well, we've had a rest this week, so you're hoping that they're tired. I'm sure Brendan will probably freshen up a wee bit as well. He's a huge squad there with a lot of talented players he can bring in. So all I want my players to do is go and embrace it, enjoy it, play the football you have been playing, take the ball, have a go, and go and see what happens then. You know, you don't want to go in there and sit in and not express yourself and be scared or worried. Go and enjoy the game. These occasions don't come around that often. It's a fantastic place to go and play football, so go and put on a show.
Richie, I think Celtic have played 4 league games at home. I think I'm right in saying they've scored 17. With that in mind, do you have to maybe adapt the way you set up, like for example Motherwell went 4-2-2-2, I think, which was a bit off what they usually do. Do you need to change how you go about it?
Yeah, obviously you're going to Parkhead. You know, you've got to be clever. You don't want to give it this big brave one and then be slaughtered, 6 or 7-0. You've got to use your brains. Our boys have got to use their brains when they're pressing, when they're in possession, but you've also got to go and express yourself as well. I think if you're sitting against Celtic or stand off them, any of their players, they'll cause you problems. They've no weak players in their squad that you can leave on the ball. They're all talented boys, so yeah, we'd probably change our shape a wee bit. We'd probably play a wee bit differently, but I'll also, when we get the ball, I want my players to go like they have been, express themselves, play the football they can, move off the ball and try and be a goal threat.
You always talk about belief. What convinces you that the players have the belief to go into that environment and perform at their best?
Because we're on fine form at the moment. I think our last performance has been the best of the season. Obviously, we've took points off Celtic already. We've pushed Rangers, we've drew Aberdeen, we've drew Hearts. So we've shown before that we can put in good performance against these top sides, and there's no doubt in my mind we can go and do it again. But I believe, and my players all have to believe as well, and I'm sure they will. They're enjoying their football at the moment, and we'll go there and try and enjoy Saturday now.
And you're still in a good run. You look at the last 9 games, I think 1 defeat to Rangers, which you could have taken something from as well.
Of course, yeah. Look, the confidence is there. The players are there. I see them day in, day out in training. They're all ball players. They like to take the ball. They're brave. But you must be brave when you go to Parkhead. As I said, you can't make mistakes against them. You'll be punished. You make one mistake, they'll go and punish you. So you've got to stay switched on, and you've got to be courageous. You've got to be brave on and off the ball, and it's a fantastic place to go and play football. As a player, I've gone and had good results against them myself, so there's no doubt we can go and do that as well. But you must believe, and I think there used to be a fear factor years ago going to Parkhead and going to Ibrox. You'd be saying to your team, just keep the score down for the first 20 minutes. But I think mentality has changed a wee bit. I think teams will go and have a go. Celtic will go and have a go at Rangers, and we'll be no different than that.
Mentally, you're saying about the mental approach and the belief. Does there have to be that instilled in the side that even if there is a setback, when it comes, that there's still the chance to get back in the game, as was shown up here in Inverness?
Of course, we've scored a lot of late goals as well, so the belief will always be that we can score goals. Obviously, we haven't had enough clean sheets this year, so we'll have to be tight at the back. We'll have to be tight all over the park. But yeah, we'll always be a goal threat the way we play, and that's what you want from your boys when you do go away from home as well. There's no pressure on us. No one is expecting anything from us now come Saturday except ourselves.
Last Saturday you had to play the game where the vast majority of it 2 players short of your first chosen starting 11. Are these 2 guys likely to be back?
No, well, Carl's got to miss out. He's got a hamstring strain. It's only a grade 1, so he'll be fine after international. Unfortunately, Aaron Dorn has a groin strain as well, which is a grade 1, so it's not too serious. So these 2 boys will miss out. We've Larnell Cole back in, obviously Billy King comes back into the fold as well, so we've still got a strong team.
I know Tom Williams back in okay.
He's fine, he's fully trained all week, so we've got Fonners back in, so it's great to have him back as well.
You said last week you were going to have a meeting about targets. Have you had the meeting?
Not yet, no.
Why
I
not?
might have it next week. Haven't had time.
Wait for after the Celtic game then?
Yeah, I haven't had time, so we're going to sit down next week when there's no distractions of a game at the weekend. We're going to have a good chat and set some targets then.
Dimboya seems to be finding his feet at the moment, 4 goals in 6 games. How impressed have you been with him, and if he keeps this up, could he go on and become one of your signings of the season?
Look, with the talent around him, he should be scoring 15-20 goals this season. He really should. I've said that any striker that's come in, when you've got the Vigers, the Tansies, the Polwarts around you with the vision they have, with the completion of the pass that they have, you will see, if you're a clever striker, you will score 15-20 goals. And he's going in the right direction at the moment. He's still a lot to learn, a lot to improve on, but his work rate is there and he's willing to listen, so he's definitely improving every game.
His call up obviously a feather in the cap for the club, and it's always good when someone gets that recognition in. And just looking at the squad, I mean, he's in good hands there with some other members of that side who are playing in Turkey and the sort of English Championship and teams like that.
Delighted for him when he came in at the start. He said that's what he wanted, and that's why he came to Scottish football, so he could impress here and get an international call up, which he has. So he's over the moon with that. That'll add to his confidence that he has already with scoring goals, and so we're looking for a good performance now Saturday before he heads off.